at some point throughout that stage, you or the team decided to drop methods and pull in Insight. And at the time, a lot of eyebrows were raised, a lot of comments made around you guys intentionally building a European team. And I think that it's fair to say that those comments were made as well when Insight was initially picked up as a sub. And what do you say to those kind of comments? I mean, back then as well as now?
Nah, I mean, I was just laughing at them back then, to be fair, and then now even more because we've actually obviously been pretty successful since then. I can see from like obviously some people's standpoints on why they'd maybe say that, but at the same time, it's just like that just wasn't the case at all. The team just wasn't working, and you know, I think at the start of the year, me and Zin played quite similar to each other, which didn't really help. Whilst Jamie, on the other hand, obviously is a lot slower of a player than me and Zin on this game, and it just helped us a lot with like that. And then obviously everyone was going around saying, you know, oh, Marky B's full European agenda and stuff like that, and it was just kind of, it was funny to me, but I mean, now it's paid off.
Yeah, it definitely has paid off. And do you think, because it wasn't very long ago that you guys were all challengers together, did you guys play much together in the challenger scene? Did you get much experience around each other?
No, I mean, I've known like Jamie and Toby and stuff, but I've never actually played with them in challenges or anything like that. I know them two obviously played with each other back in Black Ops 4 quite a lot under like Singularity, but I was kind of in a different circle to them. And obviously they had good chemistry with each other, but obviously just kind of like knowing each other a little bit, obviously it helps with like chemistry and stuff.
Sticking with the challenger thing for a second, 3 out of 4, I hadn't realized how short time span it was, by the way. 3/4 of this team of you were in challenges not long ago. So considering how quickly you guys have turned it around, literally become champions, do you think that more opportunities should be given to challenger players? Or is it just a case of you guys worked?
No, I think definitely people need to give more opportunities to younger players. I think it does annoy me when I see the same, like, even recycled players come into the league, and I think it annoys me a little bit as well because I know how many like talented Europeans there is, and obviously with COVID and stuff, there's been struggles on getting players over, but there's definitely more opportunities that need to be given to some players in Europe. And yeah, I just think people need to start taking more risks rather than going with quote-unquote veterans that have just been about for ages.
Do you feel like then that Europeans are not given a fair crack at the whip? Obviously COVID brings a thing in, but even before that, did you feel like it was always more difficult?
Yeah, it was really hard for Europeans to get in the league, especially with the way stuff was. I think like the fact that I got in the league on Black Ops 4 was like pure luck thing. Like even like just stuff like that, it's just like pure luck really. I feel like the only people that got in the league really back in like Black Ops 4 was what, like Dylan, myself, I can't remember. There was barely any Europeans ever got a chance in league. Obviously, being in America, if you're born there, you can sit there and you can play 8s against the pros. You can like scrim against the pros here and there, being an AM. But in Europe, you were kind of just stuck in your own little bubble, just competing against each other, and no one really like had eyes on like who was good or whatever.
How do you think in the future then that is addressed? How do you think that can be addressed to be maybe more of a level playing field across the board, or is it just something that's inherently always going to favor the Americans?
I think it's something that's always going to like favor the Americans. I think just how dominant, like how NA based everything is, I think there's always going to be favor towards the Americans, but that doesn't mean that there isn't going to be chances given to the Europeans. I think now, especially with the fact that obviously our team's done well, you got players like Hydra coming in playing well. There's obviously some European challenges that I know for a fact teams have got an eye on, and I think now I think people will start to pay a lot more attention to like European challenges and stuff.